Burmese or Myanmar pearls, golden and expensive, and harvested in a country in the midst of a brutal civil war. One of the significant players in the international market, Bell Pearl, with offices in Toronto and throughout South Asia, where two Canadians, Pierre and Marie Hajar, were directors. Bell Pearl Myanmar owns a pearl farm in the war-torn country. Since the 2021 coup, it has divided its harvest with the military junta through a Myanmar government-run agency, funneling millions of dollars to the regime in a possible violation of Canadian sanctions. CBC News and CBC's digital investigation team spent months reviewing corporate registrations and shipping records. Similar evidence was put before the RCMP by a human rights group almost 2 years ago.
The Government of Canada has an obligation to uphold the law, and we pass these laws specifically because it's in our international interests to make sure that the military junta in Myanmar is not funded and continuing to commit the atrocities.
In a statement, Bell Pearl says its Canadian directors have stepped down and that it has always acted in full compliance with international laws. The Mounties say they do not confirm, deny, or release information relating to criminal investigations until charges are laid. Experts say this case underlines how tough it is for Canada to prosecute any sanctions violations, whether it's Myanmar, Russia, or Iran. That's because Canada has a higher bar for conviction than other countries. Companies also have a responsibility, though.
Whenever an entity is sanctioned by Canada, and you are a Canadian doing business with them, it should give you pause.
Neither Pierre nor Marie Hajar responded to CBC News' repeated requests for comment. Canadian companies in sanctioned countries can ask the RCMP to cut them some slack. Global Affairs can also issue temporary exemptions. Bell Pearl was asked whether it had done that. The company chose not to respond to those questions. Murray Brewster, CBC News, Ottawa.